Welcome to another edition of Decoutore et al. My name is Oyindamola Odunuga. Decoutore et al. is a fashion and lifestyle program. We talk about fashion designing, makeup artistry, and everything that deals with fashion. Today I'm on the streets of Lagos, Ogba, Ikeja, at Daniel David. He's a male and female fashion designer. He's also an entrepreneur. You don't want to miss this. Join me after the break.
My name is Decoutore David. I'm from Ondo State. I'm a Christian. I'm single. I'm an entrepreneur. Daniel David was coined from my Christian name and my surname. Daniel, my name, David, my surname. Well, I would say I'm much of a fashionpreneur because I focus more into fashion selling, and that is why we have collections as our brand name, as part of our brand name, Daniel David Collections. I was born into a fashion family. My dad was an indigenous textile and garment owner in Nigeria, one of the foremost starters in the industry. So it's something I've lived with. I live and breathe fashion. So here I am today. Even if I didn't study fashion in school, I find myself doing what I was born with. I would say 5-6 years. Well, officially we opened the store a month ago. but we've been operating in the past 5 years. Fashion business in Nigeria is it's not a new story in the book for most fashion designers, because we've been having a lot of challenges in the sense of the government not giving support to the industry in terms of importation, and also not developing cotton to enable the fashion industry grow its own locally made fabrics, to ensure that most of the clothes and the garments that we make here are cheap and affordable to most people who buy it. So I believe if the government can actually give the support to enable the local cotton production, it will really help the industry to harness a lot of desired value in the industry. So far so good. We've been living on importation of fabrics, and over time I've tried to model our own business with a renowned fashion label, which I wouldn't like to mention. We've been trying to model our own business in that form, in such a way that we work on affordable fabrics, so as by the time it gets to our customers, they will buy the ready-made clothing as affordable as well. Criticism is so good for business. If you don't have criticism, as someone who is very realistic, I love criticism because it helps to know where your weakness lies in the business. So once we have people criticizing what we do, it helps us to adjust the gray areas in our business model. To be honest with you, in the past 5 years, I think we've been able to. One of the things I actually put in place before starting is deadline, and I realized that the industry has been growing, and the only way to keep your existing client, is to ensure that you do your job perfect, then keep to deadline. So in that way, once we get the orders, immediately we get order, we go to the cutting table, which gives us the energy to make the clothes as soon as possible. So we have a logistic standard on ground, which also help us to deliver on time. But to be honest, I think we have had 1 or 2 disappointments, but not as regular as other labels do. I think if I might count, I think we've just had about 1 or 2 delays in trying to get customer order to them on time. I try to learn from other fashion models, like brands as well, by watching fashion shows. Then also I go online to see new fashion collections by other great brands too. Then I try to tweak the collections to fit the African fashion style, and as well as the global fashion. Creativity is one of the benchmark that a good fashion designer has to possess. You have to be very creative in your designs, in your styling, which definitely would result to customer wanting to buy your product, because you have to come up with new ideas. I don't criticize copying ideas, but definitely you have to fuse your own ideas to whatever has been in existence. So creativity is very, very key for every fashion designer that intends to excel in the industry. Wow. Daniel David is practically working towards a big picture that we have as part of our business model. We want to see ourselves as one of the biggest fast fashion clothing label in the country, in Africa, and in the world in the next 5 years. Well, I'm not a big critic of people trying to do what they have passion for, but most importantly, I think what should come first is passion, because I've realized that in Nigeria we like going with the tide. Like, I remember when makeup was the in thing in the country, a lot of people started going for makeup classes, and why not understanding the industry very well. Likewise, the fashion industry has also turned into a big pool of business for everybody. It is something they need to understand. Even if they have passion, there is nothing easy. It is something they have to understand. They need to understand the risk, the commitments, and the sacrifice that come with it. So I wish everybody that will come to the industry to understand that it is not easy. It is something that they have to pay a lot of price by trying to keep customers and clients happy every time. So for you to come in, for you to start as a fashion designer, you have to be ready. Lagos yet. Okay, so this design is going on t-shirts. So there are some t-shirts I will take you to see outside. Okay, this is actually a pattern that we crafted. Yes, we try to craft designs. You know, we have different ideas for whatever we're making. So sometimes when it's African fusion like this, I just get the designs, cut it out, and we patch it up on t-shirts. So recently, I think there was orders for this one. So we are trying to make pre-orders for the clients. So some of our t-shirts this is an African fused t-shirt, like with an Ankara at the background. So, and it's a slit t-shirt. So this was handmade here. It was sewn here. So this is another one. This is a ready-made one, similar to the one we are actually working on now. So that's a ready-made t-shirt. That's our brand tag over here. these are some of our other. No, they are random t-shirts. We have these other random t-shirts. Like we create ideas and inspiration that we could brand. Sorry, excuse me, please. So this. Let me see. Okay. Yeah. I ain't seen nothing yet. Yes. We're just getting started. Amen. Thank you very much. Do you still want to go outside to see?
Yes.
Fabrics. Because one of the service we try to provide here is we will do pick and sew.
Okay.
So we allow customers to choose from our fabrics and we sew. Like a friend is coming in tomorrow. We will be picking up, this is a shirt fabric now. And recently we noticed satins have been trending for men's shirt. So we have different satin for men's shirt that we make in-house. That's, you know, between, that could be made ready in 24 hours.
Imagine, it looks really nice. I was looking at the fabric like it looks dull, but looking at the shirt, oh god, this is so nice. But you make for